Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl champion. The Philadelphia Eagles slayed the dragon that is Patrick Mahomes. Shout out to Devontae Smith. Just legendary clutch up for us. Over longest reception, scored its touchdown. I had the touchdown prediction in the blog. Obviously gave it out on stream yesterday. Yeah, it was a good day. For anyone that's watched the streams this year or anything like that, thank you. Probably my best football season ever in terms of betting and DFS, all that stuff. Had a really, really good showdown lineup yesterday for the Super Bowl with Xavier Worthy at captain. Finished, I think it was like, I think I finished like fifth, like sixth or seventh maybe in the $44 tournament. Let me see. But yeah, I think that was my best football season ever. So anyone that tuned in, thank you. Yeah, Jim, basketball. I crushed basketball yesterday too. It was just a good day all around. Devonta Smith was like the cherry on top there, coming through with the long ball. Man, there's nothing better. Nothing better than giving out a bet like that and it hitting, I'm telling you right now. But overall, I don't know, man. I'm sad that football's over. Happy that the Eagles won. Let me see. $44 tournament on DraftKings. I came in 7th place. Yes. Pretty good. Tied for 7th with some other guy. All right, man. Look, you know what I'm going to talk about today. We never gave up on the Eagles. We never gave up on Jalen Hurts. They've been giving up on Jalen Hurts. And there's some other takes on the Chiefs side that we got to talk about too. We've never given up. Watchers of this stream have never given up on Jalen Hurts. Even at Alabama, they wanted to give up on him. After Oklahoma, they wanted to give up on him. They didn't want to take him in the NFL draft. How many quarterbacks got taken above him? It's quite a few. They wanted to give up on him after they lost to the they lost to the Chiefs 2022 Super Bowl. They wanted to give up on him. He can't win the Super Bowl. You can't win a Super Bowl with him. How many of these talking heads have said that? Stephen A., Skip Bayless, Louis Riddick. I'll call Louis Riddick out. I know for a fact he said that. They've all said you can't win a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. Todd McShay, I think, said it as well. Another one of these guys. We never gave up, and I'm happy for him to prove them wrong. Devonta Smith proved a lot of people wrong. A lot of people were down on him, after his first few years in the NFL. Saquon. I think the Eagles team is likable. Like, obviously, I'm a fan, so I root for him. But I mean, I think Jalen Hurts, Smith, Saquon, Darius Slay, I think is pretty likable. And then some of the other guys, like even Mekhi Becton, like you can root for Mekhi Becton, like high draft pick, doesn't perform well, at his team that drafted him. And then he goes to a new team, they switch his position and he has a great year. I think there's a lot of guys that you can root for on the Eagles team. Uncle's right about Hopkins. Yeah, I mean, he caught a touchdown, but he really didn't do anything else. 2 for 18 and a touchdown. It was a garbage time TD too. I don't know, he's just dusty. What I want to talk about on the Chiefs side is these Mahomes takes. You have to stop, please. It's exhausting and it hurts me. Stop overreacting to one moment. Okay, yes, the Chiefs lost yesterday. Yes, Patrick Mahomes didn't look good. How is he going to look? It's the okay, I agree with that, Guru. It's the fans that make it hard for people to root for them. Agree with that. Stop overreacting to every singular game in the NFL. Please stop. You are smarter than that. You're a human being with a functioning brain. Stop overreacting to every single game. Yes, the Chiefs looked terrible yesterday. What can they do? The Eagles defense is nasty. I've told you this for weeks and weeks on stream yesterday. I was on 2 streams yesterday. On both of them, I said the Eagles defense grades out as the best defense by every metric you look at while playing the toughest statistical schedule of opponent offenses. Do you know how hard that is to do, to be the number one defense by every stat you look at, even though you've played that difficult of an offensive schedule? That's really hard to do. That's how good that unit is. So, yes, the Chiefs looked bad and Patrick Mahomes looked bad. There was nothing Patrick Mahomes could do. He's running for his life. Okay? The Kansas City Chiefs would not have went to the Super Bowl with any other quarterback in the NFL. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. It doesn't matter. Put any of them on the Chiefs. They would not have went to the Super Bowl with that team. He's throwing. Travis Kelce can barely move. DeAndre Hopkins can barely move. And so he's throwing to just washed old players. Juju, Justin Watson, Hollywood Brown. Where's he at? Nothing. He's got one guy, Xavier Worthy, that is like decent, can get open. There's no other quarterback that's taken that team to the Super Bowl. Shout out to Ben's uncle. Yeah. He was right about the TD. He might have went over too. I don't know. What was his prop? Like 13.5 or something? Yeah, I guess he probably went over. Yeah. He got there in garbage time. Yeah, Worthy stole most receiving yards. Mitchell, we were live for that 6-1 for like 2 minutes, and then Worthy just randomly went God mode. That was unfortunate. If it was a closer game, I think Smith would have had a better chance at it. I mean, I thought Philly was going to win. I just said that yesterday, but you saw my score prediction was 24-17. I didn't think it would be a blowout like that. I mean, that was just utter domination. Defense and offensive line matters. Completely agree, Mitchell. I said that as well. Like, wrote it in my blog. The trenches are won by one team there, clearly Philly. And, but stop overreacting to every game. Like, to say, like, I saw all these people, like, never put anyone in the GOAT conversation again. What are you talking about? Tom Brady was 3-2 in his first 5 Super Bowls. Like, I don't understand. Why does them losing that game yesterday, why does that take him out of the GOAT conversation? He's 29 years old. Like, the most moronic, dumb thing I've ever heard. Like, please just stop. Just relax. He's going to play for another 10 years. No quarterbacks ever started their career as good as him. That's a fact, right? Sure, we still have all this time left. Maybe he never wins another Super Bowl. That's very possible. But to say that he is not in the GOAT conversation, like, to act like you thought he was in the GOAT conversation and then he's not because he lost that game, like, it's a team game. What's he supposed to do? His team got dominated on all 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, special teams. They got absolutely dominated. That was a stupid take. So anyone that says that, you're just stop. But happy for the Eagles, happy for Jalen Hurts, Devonta Smith, Saquon, all those guys. Man, they look good. They have a really young core. They're going to be right back there next year, assuming, they're going to have a new offensive coordinator, assuming they keep Vic Fangio at DC, which I think they will. We'll see what happens with the offense, but they're going to be right back there next year. And I think there's a pretty good chance they can get Myles Garrett in trade. So I don't know if they'll want to, because Howie Roseman is the best GM. It's not even close. It's not even close. This guy is a wizard. The draft picks that he's hit on, bringing in Bond, bringing in Josh Sweat, like, pushed all the right buttons to get this team to where they are now. I don't know if he'll want to give up the pick, even though they're picking last, 32nd. They have such a young core. They might just want to add to that with another young player, but there is a decent chance. I think they're at the top of the running for Myles Garrett. If this defense gets Myles Garrett, that is scary. Every other NFC team should be terrified. I mean, they already should be terrified, but if they get Myles Garrett, oh my Lord, watch out. It literally was never a game, though. I mean, I thought that was interesting. Um, I mean, the Chiefs were never in that game. They went 3-and-out, and then it was like 17-0 in the blink of an eye. This is never a close game. We were one more Hurts tush push away from hitting that 10-unit parlay. They were inside the 5, man. I think back, they were inside the 5 that one time. They ran two runs to Barkley, and he got like stopped, and then they ended up kicking the field goal. That was unfortunate. That would have been nice to hit that, but overall, great football season. Thank you guys, like I said, for tuning in all this time. We'll be back and even better for next football season. We've got the rest of college basketball and NBA going, and then we've got baseball. And y'all, if you guys have followed me, hard to replicate what I just did in football, but you guys know what I can do in baseball. Mitchell's in here. A couple other people will vouch. I mean, you guys know what I can do when it comes to baseball. So I am looking forward to that. Starting up here, pitchers and catchers report pretty soon. And then it'll be pretty much full spring training time here at the end of the month. Andy Reid, how much longer will he coach? I think a couple seasons, man. These old guys, they can't do anything else other than coach. I mean, look at Pete Carroll. He took a year off. He's right back coaching. Bill Belichick took a year off, right back coaching. Like, they don't know anything else to do. Like, they can't do anything else. So I think he'll keep coaching, and at least for the next couple years. Kelsey, I don't know, man. I know he probably definitely retires if they win last night. Maybe he'll come back to run it back, but he just looks so bad, man. I don't know. Like, he wasn't good all season. It's hard to, when you're that age, like, it's hard for those guys to get their bodies ready each week. You know, he might just hang it up, man. I mean, it's tough to. He looks bad. So I don't know about him. Andy Reid, at least for the next like 2 years, I think that he'll keep coaching, personally. For tonight, we have some college basketball and some NBA. Luka's first game as a Laker. Not sure if I'm going to bet on that. I mean, the spread's 13. If you want to bet on some props or whatever, you know, I think you could do that. But I don't really know if I want to bet on the game. And then like Boston, Miami is pretty good. Like just game. Sacramento, Dallas, but no AD for Dallas. Sounds like he's going to be out for a while. Also, Trae Young replaced Giannis or somebody? Who replaced Trae Young? Just replaced someone in the All-Star game. Why is LaMelo Ball not an All-Star? Can somebody please explain this to me? And this is no shade to Trae Young, but LaMelo Ball is the exact type of player that you want in the All-Star game. He's young, fun to watch, popular with kids. He's averaging 28, 7, and 5. What does this guy have to do to get in the All-Star game? Yeah, Giannis is out because of the calf injury, and they replace him with Trae Young. Why is LaMelo Ball not getting the nod to this All-Star game? This tilts me. I think LaMelo should be an All-Star. But yeah, so I'll look at NBA later. Not sure if we'll take anything. I don't want to bet on the Jazz Lakers game, but if you want to bet on some Luka stuff, go have fun. For college, there's a couple big games tonight, but I have my eyes on Houston against Baylor. I'm going to be pretty aggressive with Houston here at home. Baylor has just really not lived up to expectations, I would say, for the majority of the season. You know, they're what are they? I mean, they're 26th overall on KenPom. There's no way a roster of that quality should be that far down. I mean, they're behind, UCLA, Missouri, St. Mary's, Maryland, Mississippi, like a lot of teams that you just would not think. Baylor should be much higher up. So they've kind of underwhelmed. Houston has been very good per usual. They're very good on defense. Again, this is one of the best, like if statistically, for as good as Houston's been in recent years, like this is one of the best defensive teams that they've had. Like they're even better than in the past. But I like to bet on them at home. So I'll probably lay the points with Houston to cover. But I'm really interested in them for the first half. That's my favorite play there. Houston to cover for the first half. It's what's the spread here? 4.5. Love that. Houston minus 4.5 for the first half. That's my favorite bet tonight. I'll probably bet them full game as well, though. I think they should roll here at home over Baylor. Keaton, thank you. Shout out to Ben for a great NFL season. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Like I said, I think that was one of my best football seasons ever. So I appreciate you guys. And yeah, we're just going to do it again. We're going to close out college strong. We're going to crush MLB, and then we'll be right back into football. We'll just do it again next year. I'm kind of unlocked now. If you guys know me, if you followed, I think you guys know the situation. At the beginning of football season, the situation was weird, and that didn't deter me from having a great season. I mean, we crushed the entire season, but some of you probably know it was a little weird situation going on, so I feel unlocked currently. Shout out to Rolling Insights, and yeah, we're gonna keep it moving here. Pretty sleepy Monday though. I mean, not a lot going on. 2 good college games. UNC Clemson's the other one. I mean, there's a lot of like smaller games, but UNC Clemson is pretty good. Clemson's at home minus 5.5, coming off that big win over Duke. So maybe a letdown spot, but North Carolina is terrible. So I would still lean to the Clemson side of that one, even coming off that big win. And honestly, that big win, I don't know. Does this line seem off to you guys? Like, I feel like Clemson should be like 7 or 8 point favorites here. I'm gonna see what KenPom has it at. I'm gonna log in. Let me take a look. Yeah, KenPom has this Clemson by 7, and I just said I thought this should be 7.5 or 8.5. So I don't know. Something's up with that line. 5.5, a little fishy. It's like you could look at that both ways. Like you're getting a ton of value on Clemson, or something's up and you should be on UNC. I don't know. Something's up with that line. Yes, Jim, there will be NBA today. Appreciate that, Keaton. Yeah, like I said, I came on here. I never like distinctly talked about it, but it was yeah, they owe me something. That's all I'll say on that matter, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. KenPom has it Clemson by 7. I thought it should be 7.5, 8.5, 5.5. Maybe I'll bet it. I'll kind of see. I'm gonna wait and Mike, what's up, baby? Go Birds. I'm happy for you, Mike, that they closed that out. That was awesome. I'm gonna wait and see on the Clemson line. If it starts to move towards 6, I'm gonna hit it. If it stays there or moves down, I probably will stay away. It seems like UNC's pretty public here, though, which I guess isn't shocking because it's North Carolina, but I don't know. I gotta wait on that one. We'll see. Pencil in Clemson minus 5.5 as a maybe. Houston minus 4.5 for the first half is a definitely, and then I'll probably bet them minus 9 for the full game as well. But that's my leans on college. I haven't done a ton of work on these smaller teams yet. I'll keep doing that here now that football's over, so we'll probably dive more into that in the coming weeks. NBA, I don't have anything right now. But I'll probably avoid betting on the Lakers and Jazz game personally. On my screen, Steve built a data space this is for hockey specifically, ranking out young players because we paired up with this sports card stuff. If you guys didn't know, I was on a sports card live show last weekend. I'm going to be on one this weekend, trying to identify, good cards to kind of invest in, sports cards. So I'm not really in the sports card space, but I'm learning here as we go. So Steve went ahead and built this one for younger hockey players. I'm going to do one for basketball, football, baseball, all that good stuff. So I thought this was interesting to bring up and show you guys. You can see, Connor Bedard at the top of the list, Celebrini, no shocker there. But if you guys are big hockey fans, this will be up on the community data spaces probably pretty soon. You can get in there and mess around with it. And I've got some I've got some basketball stuff that I've been working on that I can publish. And also, if you guys play season-long baseball, I'll be doing a draft kit on Rolling Insights. There'll be a data space for a draft kit. There'll be blogs for season-long baseball. So if you guys play season-long baseball, I'll be attacking that here in the next few weeks. And then on Sunday, I leave for Vegas. We're going to the Fantasy Sports and Gaming Association conference out there. I went to it last year. We're going back again this year. So I don't know about the live streams next week. That'll probably be a little weird with me being in Vegas. We'll kind of see what we can do with that. But I'm doing a live draft expert league on SiriusXM. It drafts in person in Vegas next week. So I'm going to be using my draft kit that I build. I'm going to I'll have that published and out prior to my Vegas trip. And then I'm going to use my draft kit on my draft next week. So if you guys play season-long baseball, you can check that out. And we'll see how we draft against these other experts there in Vegas. But I'm going to be unlocked in Vegas. So if you guys tail the bets at all, I'm going to be dialed in Vegas. We're going to be hitting college basketball hard while I'm in Vegas. It's going to be fun. But overall, I think that about does it for today. Pretty sleepy Monday, not much going on. I'll have a blog out later, and then I'm going to be working on this fantasy baseball stuff for season long. So if you guys play, reach out to me if you guys play season long baseball. I'm curious how many of you guys do that. But good luck with your bets tonight. Good luck with DFS. Hopefully we crush NBA again. We've been dominating the NBA DFS streets. Let's keep it up. Good luck today, and see everybody tomorrow.